Have you ever wished you knew the secret little mind tricks that make a woman feel drawn to you without acting fake or playing games? The truth is, attraction isn't about cheesy pickup lines. It's about psychology. Today I'm going to share 10 simple science-backed hacks that make her feel safe, curious, and connected with you. These are real techniques I've seen work again and again in my years of studying relationships and human behavior. And the best part? They're natural. They work when you care about her, not when you try to trick her. So if you're ready to see what actually makes a woman fall for a man, let's dive in. Trick 1. Mirror her energy. Nobody wants to feel out of sync. One of the fastest ways to make her feel close to you is to mirror her energy. This doesn't mean copying every move she makes. It's about matching her mood and pace. If she's speaking softly, slow down a little. If she's excited and laughing, let your energy rise with hers. Why does this work? Psychology shows that people feel safe and understood when someone reflects their rhythm. It tells her, I get you. I'm on your wavelength. That tiny adjustment builds comfort, and comfort is the soil where attraction grows. So next time you're with her, pay attention. Notice her tone, her body language, even the way she smiles. Then align just enough to let her feel that you're right there with her. It's simple, subtle, and incredibly powerful. Trick 2, the compliment sandwich. Everyone loves a good compliment, but here's a smarter way to use it. The compliment sandwich. It's simple. You start with praise, slip in a small request, and then add another genuine compliment. Why does this work? Psychologists have found that praise lowers defenses. It makes someone more open, more willing to connect. And when you add a small request in the middle, you're creating a moment of shared interaction. Then by finishing with another compliment, you leave her feeling valued and appreciated. Here's a quick example. You've got amazing taste in music. Could you share that playlist with me? By the way, you always light up the room when you talk about your favorite songs. See what happened there? She feels admired, included, and special, all in one smooth exchange. The trick isn't about flattery. It's about showing her that you notice, you respect her, and you want her input. And that makes her feel closer to you. Trick 3. Active listening with her name. One of the sweetest sounds to any person is their own name. And when you combine her name with active listening, you create instant connection. Here's how it works. When she shares something, repeat a keyword she used and naturally slip her name into your reply. For example, if she says, I love hiking, it clears my head, you might respond, that's amazing, Sarah. What's the best trail you've done lately? Why is this powerful? Psychologists call it the cocktail party effect. Our brain tunes in sharply when we hear our own name. It tells her she's not just another person in the crowd. You see her, you value what she says, and you care enough to remember. So instead of nodding along or waiting for your turn to speak, slow down. Listen. Echo back a little of her world and say her name with warmth. That tiny detail makes her feel important, and importance builds attraction. Trick 4. Create small shared rituals. Attraction isn't built in grand, movie-style moments. It's built in the little routines you share. Psychologists call these rituals tiny habits that make two people feel like they belong together. It could be something as simple as picking a song every Friday and calling it your Friday anthem. Or maybe you both grab the same coffee drink whenever you meet. These small traditions feel playful, but they carry a deeper message. You and I have something special, something that's ours alone. Why does this matter? Because rituals create familiarity, and familiarity breeds closeness. Every time you repeat the act, it reinforces the bond. She starts to look forward to it. She feels like she's part of a private world that only you share. So don't wait for big gestures. Focus on the tiny rituals. They're the threads that quietly weave two hearts together. Trick 5. Give space. The power of strategic absence. It may sound strange, but sometimes the best way to draw her closer is to step back a little. Psychology tells us that scarcity increases value. When something isn't always available, we appreciate it more. The same applies to attention. If you're constantly present, messaging nonstop, always around, she never gets the chance to miss you. But when you give just enough space, her mind starts to wander back to you. She wonders what you're doing. She feels your absence, and that makes your presence more meaningful. Here's a simple way to do it. If you've had a great conversation, don't rush to fill the silence. Let it breathe. Maybe say, "I'll be offline for a bit, but let's catch up later." That one line creates anticipation instead of overload. The key is balance. Too much absence feels like distance, but the right amount makes her realize she values your presence. And that's when attraction deepens. Trick 6. Be warm, but slightly unpredictable. Comfort is attractive, but comfort alone can feel flat. What keeps her heart engaged is a mix of safety and surprise. Psychologists call this the balance of predictability and novelty. Here's how to use it. Be consistently kind and respectful so she knows she can trust you. But every now and then, add a touch of surprise. Maybe you leave a funny note where she'll find it. Maybe you suggest an unexpected activity like stargazing instead of the usual dinner. Why does this work? Because the brain loves dopamine, the chemical of excitement and reward. When she can count on your warmth and be surprised by your spontaneity, she feels both secure and thrilled. That mix is magnetic. So remember, be her safe place. But don't be afraid to keep her guessing in small, playful ways. That's the spark that makes connection unforgettable. Trick 7. Show competence quietly. Confidence attracts, but arrogance repels. The secret is to let your strengths show without bragging about them. Psychologists have long noted that people feel drawn to competence. It signals reliability, stability, and value. So instead of talking about what you can do, let her see it in small ways. Fix the loose shelf without making a speech about it. Handle a tricky situation calmly. Cook a meal and let the taste speak for itself. These quiet displays of skill say far more than words ever could. Why does this work? Because competence creates a sense of security. She feels that with you, things won't fall apart. She can relax, and that calmness draws her in even deeper. So skip the self-promotion. Let your actions reveal your strength. True competence whispers, and that whisper is louder than any boast. Trick 8. Use the power of mild vulnerability. Most people think showing vulnerability is risky, but when done right, it's one of the strongest ways to build intimacy. Sharing a small, honest truth about yourself signals trust, and humans naturally reciprocate that trust. For example, you might say, "I always get a little nervous before big plans. I really wanted tonight to go well." It's simple, but it opens a door. She sees you as real, approachable, and sincere, not just a mask of confidence. Why does this work? Because vulnerability invites connection. When you allow yourself to be slightly open, she feels safe to open up too. That mutual trust accelerates closeness and emotional attraction. The key is to keep it mild. You don't want to unload heavy personal baggage, just enough to be authentic. That tiny crack in your armor, that's what makes her heart feel closer to yours. Trick 9. Anchor positive moments. Attraction isn't just about how you act in the moment. It's about how she remembers you later. One of the most powerful ways to do this is to anchor positive emotions to your presence. Psychologists call this a form of conditioning. When you consistently associate yourself with joy, excitement, or comfort, her brain starts linking those good feelings to you. For example, create a small, fun memory together. a spontaneous ice cream outing, or a silly challenge, and give it a playful name, like your ice cream victory night. Every time she thinks of it, she'll smile and remember you. Why does this work? Because humans are wired to remember emotional experiences. The stronger the positive emotion, the more she'll think of you fondly. You're not just spending time together, you're creating little moments she'll carry in her mind. So focus on making her laugh, making her feel appreciated, and giving her joy in your presence. Those memories anchor her feelings, and that's powerful attraction at work. Trick 10. Ask for small favors. Here's a subtle but powerful way to build connection. Ask for small favors. It might sound counterintuitive, but psychology shows that when someone helps you, they begin to feel closer to you. This is called the Ben Franklin effect. It doesn't have to be big, just a tiny, simple request. For example, can you help me pick between these two shirts? Or, could you give me your opinion on this idea? When she says yes, her brain starts linking that helpful action with positive feelings toward you. Why does this work? Because humans like to justify their actions. When she helps you, she unconsciously thinks, I like this person, or I wouldn't have helped. Over time, these little moments accumulate, creating a quiet but powerful sense of connection. So don't be afraid to ask for small favors. Keep it natural, light, and appreciative, and watch how it deepens her bond with you. Remember, these mind tricks aren't about manipulation. They're about connection. True attraction grows when you show care, respect, and genuine interest. Use these techniques to enhance your bond, make her feel seen, and create moments that matter. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more psychology-backed insights, and comment below which trick you're most excited to try. I even have a quick cheat sheet with all 10 tricks in one place. Just type cheat in the comments and I'll send it to you. Be kind, be genuine, and watch how small, thoughtful actions can make a big difference in her heart.